Reggae Just Extra with Ras Dennis.
Smoking is a habit, some man can't maintain it.
When you think of reggae and early dancehall, certain voices echo through the decades. Barrington Levy's youthful cry, Yellowman's playful rhymes, Eka Mouse's eccentric style. But in 1981, a new anthem emerged, carried by the sweet, melodic yet commanding voice of a 19-year-old singer from Kingston. His name was Triston Palma, and his song Joker Smoker would not only become a hit, but also a cultural warning, a timeless chant that still holds weight more than 40 years later. This is the story of Joker Smoker, the song that made Triston Palma a reggae legend.
We bring you the rhythm, the realness, and the roots of the culture.
Triston Palma was born in 1962 in Kingston, Jamaica, at a time when reggae music was still in its infancy. The sounds of ska and rocksteady filled the airwaves, and sound systems ruled the neighborhoods. Like many youths growing up in Kingston, Palma was surrounded by music every day. Local singers, DJs, and musicians were the heroes of the ghetto. By the time he was a teenager, reggae had already shifted into the conscious roots era of the 1970s, with Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Burning Spear, and culture using music as a weapon of resistance and upliftment. Palma, though young, soaked in these influences. But he also grew up in a time when another shift was brewing. By the late 1970s, the heavy roots era was giving way to something raw and streetwise, early dancehall. Palma wasn't born into fame. Like most youths trying to make it in Kingston, he had to hustle, standing outside studios, hoping for a chance. In an interview with Angus Taylor of United Reggae, Palma shared that his dream at the time was always to meet and connect with Dennis Brown.
So my dreams was to just touch Dennis Brown and know Dennis Brown.
At just 8 years old, he was voicing songs in his dried honey timbre for decorated Kingston producers. When his age reached double figures, he had scored #1 sides concerning subject matter that ought to have been beyond his experience. His herbal hit Spliff Tail, for producer Ossie Thomas, and Joker Smoker, for Ja Thomas, took him from obscurity to international fame and the realization of his childhood dream, sharing the stage with his idol, Dennis Brown. He kept grinding. His smooth voice set him apart from the rugged DJs who dominated the scene. While DJs like Ranking Trevor and Yellowman chanted in tough rhythmic styles, Palma brought melody and soul, yet with lyrics that spoke directly to the struggles and culture of the youth.
This is Reggae Just Extra, your top destination for music, facts, and culture.
To understand Joker Smoker, you need to picture Jamaica in the early 1980s. The island was going through political turbulence. Gang violence was rising. Poverty was deep. And marijuana, or ganja, was more than just a plant. For Rastafarians, it was a sacred herb, central to their faith, used for meditation and spiritual growth. But in the streets, not everyone treated it with respect. Some smoked just to look cool, to hype themselves up, or to imitate Rastafarians without embracing the full liberty. Among true Rastas, this was seen as disrespectful. And so came the phrase, Joker Smoker, someone with a lackadaisical attitude who smoked for fashion, not for faith. In 1981, Palma linked up again with Ja Thomas, one of the hottest young producers at the time. Ja Thomas booked him for a session at Channel 1 Studio, one of the most legendary studios in Kingston, home to countless reggae hits. The musicians laid down a heavy, pulsating rhythm. Deep bass. Tight drum kicks. A simple but hypnotic groove that echoed through the studio walls. Then Palma stepped up to the mic and delivered his now iconic lyrics. Smoking is a habit, some man can't maintain it. Them come on your corner, them a beg you sensimilla, you give them sensimilla, them a beg you a rizla, you give them the rizla, them a borrow you a lighter. To give away I don't feel no way, but every day you would come with your same say. It wasn't just a warning. It was almost a sermon. He was scolding those who treated smoking ganja like a joke. When the session was finished, Ja Thomas knew they had something powerful. The single was pressed and released, and almost immediately, it exploded in the dance halls. Sound systems across Kingston picked up Joker Smoker. Wherever it played, it mashed up the dance. People felt it, not just as a catchy tune, but as a message rooted in street reality. Palma's voice, young yet commanding, gave the song an edge of both sweetness and seriousness. Unlike many songs of the time that were purely party-focused, Joker Smoker had a deeper cultural undertone. It quickly spread beyond Jamaica. In London, where reggae sound systems like Saxon and Coxsone dominated, the song became a staple. In New York, reggae fans embraced it as part of the growing dancehall wave. For Triston Palma, this was his breakthrough hit. He was suddenly recognized not just as another young singer, but as one of the defining voices of the new era.
We bring you the rhythm, the realness, and the roots of the culture.
At its heart, Joker Smoker wasn't just about weed. It was about authenticity. In Jamaican culture, there's always been a divide between those who live the liberty, embracing the spiritual and cultural practices of Rastafarian, and those who imitate for fashion or hype. Palma's song drew that line. It told people, to give away, I don't feel no way, but every day you would come with your same say. The song lasted. It wasn't just tied to 1981. Its message continued to resonate through the decades, as reggae and dancehall kept evolving. After the success of Joker Smoker, Triston Palma's career took off. He went on to record several albums, including Joker Smoker, 1982, Showcase in a Suitcase, with Ja Thomas, and worked with heavyweight producers like Linval Thompson and Henry Genjo Laws. He toured internationally, bringing his music to Europe, North America, and beyond. While many artists of the early dancehall era faded, Palma remained consistent, still recording and performing well. Unlike many artists who struggled with poverty or obscurity later in life, Palma kept a steady presence, respected both by the old guard and the new generation. Today, Joker Smoker is more than just a reggae classic. It's a cultural reference point. The phrase itself still lingers in Jamaican slang. It also represents the bridge between roots reggae and early dancehall, carrying the conscious message of roots while fitting into the raw, stripped-down dancehall sound that dominated the 1980s.
Reggae Just Extra, where music meets facts and culture comes alive.
And for Triston Palma, it remains the defining anthem of his career, the song that introduced his voice to the world, and the message that solidified his place in reggae history. So, when you hear Triston Palma chant "Some on Joker Smoker," remember that it's more than just a catchy lyric. It's a reflection of Jamaican culture, spirituality, and authenticity. It's the story of a teenager from Kingston who, with one song, carved his name into the history books of reggae and dancehall. Over 40 years later, Joker Smoker still plays on sound systems, still sparks recognition, and still reminds us that in reggae, as in life, only the real can last. That's it for this episode, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and leave a positive comment in the section below, and I'll see you again very soon for another interesting video.